What's up? My name is Alex. I'm 26. I'm a part-time homo, full-time DJ, and I identify as pan.
Well, my name is Nova Luxurious. I am a singer-songwriter, an artist here in Atlanta. I am a pop culture nerd. I like music, movies. I love it all. I'm pretty laid back as a person. I just like to have fun and laugh, and you know, I just like to enjoy life.
All right, I identify as he, him for the purposes of this interview, right? And I'm 31 years old, out of Durham, North Carolina, man, but I'm currently a personal trainer in the Triangle.
My name's Donnie. I am 31. I currently live in Georgia. I've been here for about 2 years. I'm originally from Virginia. I'm a big nerd from anime to video games. That's me.
Well, hi. My name is Derrick. My pronouns are she, they, and obviously I'm into beauty, into anime, a little bit of a melting pot of everything. There's always something going on in my head.
What's up, peoples? Kasheem from Philly, 215, 34 here.
So my name is Avery King. I am from South Carolina. I am a trans male, so that means I was born female. I work in healthcare now, and I've been transitioning for 4 years now.
Tell me about where you grew up and how was growing up for you.
Like, growing up was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had ups and downs normally as teenagers would kind of have, but overall, I guess it wasn't too bad. I'm the only child, so, I'm mostly to myself, I'm silly, I'm goofy, but I'm not over the top or like, look at me. I'm just me.
So for me, going to school was, I did like to have fun. I like to enjoy school, cut up in class, whatever. So I definitely was more so like class clown, but I was also serious about my schoolwork and really not trying to focus on, like I said, that rumor that got started about me being lesbian before I had even came out. And then I think I took like 2 years later to sit on it, think about it, let it marinate. And then, I did start to tell people that I liked girls. But honestly,
what age was that? What age was that?
18.
Okay.
16, that rumor was kind of still floating around high school. And I was like, I ain't going to say nothing because I don't know. So I just didn't say nothing. When they told me what was said, I said, okay, cool.
My childhood was the pretty typical Black experience. I grew up I lived in a household with a single mother raising 3 kids. So, with that comes its own set of things. I had a pretty good childhood though. School was an experience.
How so?
I didn't really apply myself much. I always thought school was kind of boring, but I was always like a B average student. I kind of like hung out with like every type of group of people. Like I didn't really like have a set crowd. Like I hung out with like the jocks and then the nerds and then like the cheerleaders and then also like the chess club and then like the anime nerds. I didn't take school as seriously as I wish I had did back then, but it was cool.
So I'm from South Central, South Central LA. Honestly, very interesting childhood because I got to see a lot of duality of just like, kind of like some Black wealth and excellence, but also like we're poor as fuck.
Right.
Got to see the balance of it. School was an interesting journey for me. I was not a fan of school, but I knew it was something that I had to do, just basically like a means to an end. Went to a performing arts high school. My school lost all their funding, so that was really interesting. And they're like, oh, we lost all our funding, so like, y'all go teach yourselves. And all I gotta say, you can access weed and a lot of other things in Lamert Park very easily at 15. So,
wow.
Yeah, I would say high school is the most interesting like part of my education because it was very much like, oh, I'm just doing whatever.
I had a really good childhood. Like, my parents, they spoiled me because I was the only child up until I was 10. So like I was just the crowning jewel, their little joy. They made sure I had things that, they didn't, make sure I got to experience things that they didn't get to experience. So I got to do all the summer camp. And then My brother got here when I was 10, which was cool because I was entering like my preteens. As you enter that, you don't want your parents all up on you. So it was like, good, they got a baby to distract them. Like, yes, I can go, I can just go be me. But I was just pretty chill as a teenager. I didn't have a lot of trouble academically. I made good grades. I kind of kept it cool. So I was able to, be a little bit more freer as a kid. Like my parents trusted me. They knew I was, responsible. So I was able to, you slide under the radar here and there. My parents moved to Decatur, Georgia. I want to say when I was like 4, and I grew up there. And we moved back to Alabama when I want to say 17. So I did my senior year there, it was a culture shock in a way. Yeah, and I moved back to Atlanta after college and just started my life.
I am from Columbia, South Carolina, and that is in the South. So growing up as a kid, like I always knew that something was different about me compared to my siblings and how I was treated. Um, I I always had like a strong will. So if I wanted to do something, it was because that's just what I want to do. Like for instance, I have a distinctive memory where I would draw Powerpuff Girls. And they would be like, why don't you draw the Rowdy Rough Boys or Mojo Jojo? And I'm like, no, I want to draw the Powerpuff Girls. So that's what I'm going to do. And growing up, it was it's a little bit of good and bad because I have a mom who was understanding and she pretty much knew, but at the same time she was also struggling with raising a queer kid and didn't have the tools and know how to. So there were good days and bad days. I'm the oldest of 5 too, so the first technical male in the house, like it was a lot of pressure to live up to certain expectations, and ultimately I had to stop. I had to get their expectations out of my head and just focus on how I wanted to live.
I would definitely say growing up, it was tough because my birth mom was 10 years old when she had me. She was a child when she had me. So that was an unfortunate circumstance in itself. So I'm from South Carolina. So, I mean, anything about the Bible Belt that is definitely true. They are not supportive of trans rights here. They're not supportive of any type of gay rights here. Growing up, I know a lot of people were in the closet. They were afraid to come out. It's like being gay was bad, that kind of situation. I came out as a lesbian at a young age. Like I was like in middle school. Sure. I'm also adopted by an all-Caucasian family. So I'm a black trans male. Never had black people around me growing up. So I'm learning to be a black male on my own.
That's deep. That's a lot of layers.
It's definitely a lot of layers, a lot of trauma, a lot of fighting wars with myself and the outside world because as you know, when you leave your house as a black male, you got a target on your back. So, my daily life is different now.